Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to We React. Got a good show for you. We're going to cover some foodborne illnesses and the show with the most high. But first, these feminists have some stuff to tell us about relationships, and apparently they have a lot more to say than we do. Let's see what they have to say.
Question for the men that say they never want to get married, which I totally get your reasoning. You don't want to get divorced and give up
We don't care if you totally get our reasoning. Doesn't matter to us.
half your shit that you worked your whole life for. Check, check. Got it. So my question is, for those men, do you live in a state that after 7 years of being in a relationship with someone, dating them, living together, you are married by law anyways? And then a two.
That's not every state. Not every state acknowledges common law, so that's just not the case, which is a good thing.
When you don't want to move into your girl's place, you're like, hey, move into my place, right? So maybe she's.
Yeah, because why would we ever want to move into the woman's place? That's a terrible idea, and most men are never going to go for that. At least, not any men I've met.
Renting her house out now and she has to move all of her stuff out, but you don't need it at your house because your house is already fully furnished. What is she supposed to do with her stuff? Because
Well, you just got to the whole base of the point there, slightly. I mean, look, we don't want to move into somebody else's house, A, because we're already comfortable with what we have. So come into our humble abode, but we don't want to go there because our peace is already here. Secondly, when everything does go to crap, I already have all my stuff set. It's already where it needs to be. Now, that's not what we want. We don't want it to go that way, but a lot of times, that's the way it goes.
in your mind, if you get divorced, or I guess if you never get married, you guys break up, she would then have to then go rebuild, go rebuy all of the furniture, and as you know, you it's always going to be more expensive to go rebuy the furniture you already had, that you had to go sell for pennies to the dollar. So what is your thought there? Do you get like a, hey, maybe a backup plan is if we break up, then you have to help fund my furniture purchases because I had to get rid of everything when I.
No, definitely not. You're going to cover that. If you don't want to, if you're really thinking it's going to end, then maybe you should just get your stuff and put it in storage. Or don't pursue the relationship at all. That would be your best bet.
Moved into your place. Like, what is your guys' thought on this? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Let's have a combo.
Next
The way that you
video.
would train children, and you need to focus on positive reinforcement. That
Oh, yeah, this intelligent little one right here. She's talking about training your man, making sure that your man's good and trained so then they can actually do right by you. Yeah, right.
means you don't react if he does something you don't like. You remove your attention. You remove your awareness from him. He
You remove your attention, you remove your awareness. Whatever.
doesn't exist anymore. You go back to whatever it is that you want to do. When he does something good, it depends on what it is that he did. Okay? If he bought you
It's always
flowers,
with the hands. Yeah. Like, I don't, just chill out. A little bit of hand motion is cool, but I mean, come on.
oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. They're lovely. You don't make a big deal out of it. This is normal. He buys you a car. Oh,
By the way, we don't expect you to make a big deal out of flowers. I mean, we're just bringing them because we wanted to bring them if we do. You don't need to make a big deal out of it. Just acknowledge it, be happy about it. We go about our day. Easy.
oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna take you home. Okay? I'm gonna ride you too. Okay? You need to literally have levels of reaction. When he does something that you don't like, let's say, I don't know, he said he was gonna plan a date and he didn't do it. When he reaches out to you, you don't respond the way that you usually would respond.
By the way, that's just an unhealthy way to, excuse me, to go about a relationship. If you're going to purposely respond a different way just because they couldn't plan a date, who knows? Maybe something came up, something happened. But to respond a different way means you're not really, you don't really care about that person. It's all just a show.
You're not mean, you're not rude, you're not disrespectful. If he's like, hey, sorry, I got busy and whatnot, or he's pretending that, like, whatever, You just, first of all, you give it time, space. You don't respond immediately. Then after that, you go ahead and say, hey, blah 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 blah. Okay. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, just say blah 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah. I gotta go get to a call. Okay. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. I gotta go.
Hey, she looks like that one lady from remember the original Twister? The lady with the really dense black hair. Yeah, reminds me of her. Looks like her.
Take care of myself. I gotta go cook. I'll talk to you later, okay? You don't go off on them. You remove your attention. He calls you. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. I'm sorry I didn't. Oh, it's fine. Okay, well, can we reschedule? That'll depend. I mean, I don't know. Like,
What? That'll depend. That'll depend. And she puts herself up on this high pedestal like she's some superstar actress, which even then still doesn't deserve that much treatment like that. I mean, come on. Come on. This is
I'm not
ridiculous.
interested now. Like, you said that you were gonna plan it, and you didn't. It's just unattractive to me. So, I don't know. Right now, I'm not feeling it, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do me. Alright? Oh, now they're like, what? Oh, how do I get hurt?
No, they're not doing that. What they're doing is they're hitting up all the other women that they probably already have been talking to since you probably were already skidding by and not doing what you needed to anyways. So no, they're not going to be like, oh no. They're just going to be like, on to the next.
Back. Okay, if you're not exclusively together, first of all, no boyfriend. Okay? I can go into that. Boyfriends are a scam. If you're not together, then
Boyfriends are a scam. That's 304 talk right there.
you really owe him nothing. Okay, go get you another man. Go talk to your other man from.
You owe him nothing, and she's sitting here acting like he owes her everything that you can imagine. You can't make that up. That's
Go
ridiculous.
after, go out with your friends. Go keep your head out. Go take your dog out. Do whatever you want. Just the center of the universe.
Here are 3 signs you have a minimum effort boyfriend. The third one is kind of a weird one.
Oh yeah, this is funny. She's going to tell us the signs that you have a minimum effort boyfriend. Can't wait to hear what this woman has to say.
But trust me, it's a sign. Number 1, you have to plan everything all the time. They're happy to go along with whatever you do, but they're never the one initiating plans, coming up with date ideas, or just generally suggesting anything. His love language,
Yeah, I mean, guys, you should plan dates too. Shouldn't be all on one person. That should be a half and half thing. Shouldn't just be one person doing that.
is convenience. He'll do something sweet for you only if it fits into his schedule. He'll pick you up if it's on his way, he'll buy you a treat if he's already.
Yeah, because he's probably working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. So, got a lot going on. You're not the only one that he's dealing with. Hey, what's that? It's called common sense. You should answer the door.
At the grocery store, but he'll never really go out of his way to do anything for you that you specifically want. He'll just do things that work with what he's already doing for himself. And the third one is he's super.
Which, by the way, isn't such a bad thing. At least he still thought to include you. Just because he's already doing something doesn't mean it's a bad thing that he asked you to join him. I'd say that's a decent thing.
Emotionally available and open when you get upset or threaten to leave him. This is like the most toxic cycle ever, but he's emotionally unavailable and closed off. You tell him that you're not having it. Suddenly, he's the best boyfriend ever for like 3 days. Deep conversations, emotionally available, and then he goes back to normal. You know that he can do it. He can be emotionally available, open and honest. He's just choosing not to. Minimum effort. So I need to know if you've ever had a minimum effort boyfriend, what were the signs?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I'm not sure. I'm smelling what she's stepping in, but whatever.
Doesn't forgive.
Alright, here's a list of men that you should never date. I'm gonna make this kind of short without.
Oh yeah, this is pretty funny. She's gonna give you a list of men that you should never date. Kind of shows how many men she's already been around. Whoops.
Not much explanation. Number 1, the ugly man. Okay, if you're a pretty girl, don't go for the ugliest man. They're not gonna treat you better. In fact, they're gonna.
By the way, who said you're pretty? I'm not too sure. Yeah, we'll leave that one alone.
treat you much worse. Because men have egos, and they're going to make sure that you are.
Oh, this just in. Men have egos. Women have egos too. Everybody has to get rid of that and push that down inside of them.
Aware of that ego when they know that you are underneath. Okay, number 2, the old man. If you are not above the age of 25, do not date old. They are not more mature, and you are not more
Yes, they are.
wise beyond your years and need a older man. Okay, because if an older man was mature, he'd be dating somebody his own age.
Nope.
Number 3, tall men. Tall doesn't, they never did anything to get that height in their life, okay? Tall doesn't mean anything.
Well, she's not wrong with that one. But I don't know why she's out here hating on tall guys. Because she had an issue with a few, huh? Probably had more than a few if I had to guess.
World, except they're tall and attractive looking. They're usually very boring, actually. Yeah. Number 4, the man who's always working on themselves.
What's wrong with it being boring? Who cares about that? As long as they're going to work and doing what they got to do, who cares if they're boring? What's the issue with that?
Okay, that's code for I'm broke. Okay, they're broke.
Oh, you gotta love that one. That's code for they're broke. She's broke too.
5, they have a bad relationship with their mother. Those men are cheaters.
I love that last one. Brushing with a broad stroke there. I mean, come on. They're all cheaters. I don't know about a lot of people just have a falling out with their parents, you know? Sometimes that happens. Not everything is always perfect. Of course, you don't know that.
And a huge thanks to the fans who watch our daily videos. Let's get started.
All leftists look the same. Yeah, babe, it's because we want you to know, okay? I put the septum ring on and I said, everybody is gonna...
Ugh. There's nothing worse than that. Ladies, if you have a septum ring, get that stuff out of there. That's the biggest indicator that you're just a thorn in the side. And you're probably just going to be most likely masculine, overwhelmingly complainant. You know, it's how it's going to go. You know that.
able to identify me as a leftist.
And sorry to stop it again, but look at this. I mean, you can already tell that's a headache already right there, right off the bat. I mean, there's no way to deny that at all.
Yeah, in newsflash, baby. We know a Republican when we see one too. Unfortunately, it's not a piece of jewelry. It's absolutely zero effort into your physical appearance whatsoever. That's how...
You call what you got going on effort? Making your face a pincushion?
Find me a fun, stylish, personalized Republican, please.
Ooh, this is the first time I've heard this one. What's the nose ring theory? Is it that we can take 3 times as much?
I can already tell she's falling right into the category right there. She's fitting in just fine. Good job, honey. Not so much.
Pain as you and then get up and do our full-time job? Makes sense.
You guys were not fucking
Yeah,
lying
right.
when you said septum stink. Bruh. It fucking smells so bad. I hope no one else can smell this. Wow, that was a loud shock. Because it
They probably can. You probably smell anyways.
literally smells fucking rank.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Whoever sold this trend to women
I think it's so fucking embarrassing when another woman hates on another woman and says, septum ring theory. First of all, you didn't say it right, girl.
Looking a little mannish to me.
The incel is not going to pick you, baby girl. He hates you too. Yup, he hates you too. Like, you're just such an embarrassment.
Explain to me the nose ring.
I think it's so...
I was talking to my mother about how men don't like me, and her reasoning is that I'm intimidating. And I don't understand how I'm intimidating. I think she's just not telling me that I'm ugly because she's my mother. There's not one little bit of plastic.
She doesn't seem intimidating to me. That's not what I would say. She just seems overwhelmingly annoying, to be honest. I mean, she just looks like she would be a mess to deal with. Could be wrong. Could be wrong.
In this face, in this body, okay? And I go to Trader Joe's. I know what the pink people look like. I don't look like... And she's gonna comment on this, going, no, you so... Like, she's not the only bitch that gives me compliments.
Okay, I posted a video about.
Really? She just called her mom that. That's ridiculous. How disrespectful. This next one is funny. You'll see. Watch this. This is funny.
And not liking me. And the comment section is just absolutely frying me at the moment. But the amount of people that brought up my nose ring is wild. And then someone said I look like a Democrat because of the nose ring. So I'm taking it out.
Which is absolutely, usually falls into their side, you know.
I just want to see. Because I don't take this thing out. I just want to see. Oh my god, my light is so bright. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to put this back in.
Yeah, watch. She's going to like it.
And oh my god. Oh, I got it. Oh fuck, I like it.
Yeah, she likes it because it looks way
Bad
better.
reaction. Bad reaction. I like the no nose ring.
Excuse me.
Oh my god, I never thought I'd say that.
It looks way better.
I can itch my nose. I still have that though. Ha.
Yeah, take that one out too. It would do you right to do that. Look, she looked way better. Way better. Just one thing gone. Boom. Looked better. Almost like different person.
I was talking to my...
Getting septum ring theory.
Like, you can look at this lady and see that she is a walking red flag in of herself.
You commented on one of my videos, and then the same person sliding into my DMs. Make it make sense.
There always has to be some dude in my comments going, septum ring theory. Let's get the
Oh my gosh. And then look at the way that she's acting. It's not a theory anymore, ladies, when it's proven time and time again.
this thing out of the way. I don't care who you are. If you put any time or energy into judging other people's body modifications and art, let alone taking the time out of your day to tell them you don't like what they've done with their own body, you're probably not a very pleasant person. Now, I've gotten plenty of hate.
I agree with her slightly here if you're going to go up to somebody and say that to them. But I mean, it's kind of not, you know, it's a stereotype for a reason because it keeps getting proven right and right. Because
Comments for this piercing here. But I was confused as to what the septum ring theory is. What is the theory that is being built? And the only definition
nobody told her just to look in the mirror and talk. Then she would know.
I could find was women with septum rings make their trauma their whole personality. Now, if I was an incel, I would probably fall victim to this logic as well. Girl with piercing always talking about trauma and mental illness. But now I do think alternative people, or people who are actively in rejection of society's expectation of what they are supposed to look like, especially when it comes to women reclaiming our own.
I love it when they do all these cuts and edits in their videos because they can't seem to do a simultaneous sentence, you know, in prolonged fashion. So they have to keep chopping their videos and cutting them so then they can make it seem like they're making coherent point because they can't do it in synchronicity at the same time. It's kind of funny to me, but a little bit sad.
Bodies and modifying them how we want, yeah, there is a little bit more mental health awareness that comes with that. And some people do make their trauma their whole personality. But there's a difference between that and being open and aware. Now, most of the people who are going to make this baseless, senseless comment are not trying to actually get into the intricacies of mental health and self-expression. So I will leave you with this. One of my favorite perks of this piercing right here is that it deters judgmental people, like the ones who leave those comments. Yep.
Yeah, you're just annoying, honey. Sorry, nothing wrong with you other than that, but yeah, you're a little bit pesky. So, yeah, the body modification stuff is here nor there. You can do what you want. I mean, I think that it puts off a certain vibe and maybe makes people think a certain way of you. That sucks, I guess, but that's what comes with the territory. So we're going to go on to some of these foodborne illness stories that I have. People getting food poisoning from restaurants and from different foods from stores. And I just thought it would be cool to emphasize how important it is to be cleanly when you're dealing with food or preparing food. I ran a restaurant, 2 restaurants, for a good while. I had to learn all this stuff. Been in the restaurant industry before this for about 6-8 years. So I've been privy to this stuff ad nauseum. But let's get into this first couple videos and we'll talk about some of this stuff that goes with it.
The St. Clair County Health Department investigating a cluster of stomach illnesses. Some cases involving customers of a popular Fairview Heights restaurant. Fox 2's Jeff Bernthal is live tonight from Belleville with more about what the department wants you to know. Jeff?
We're talking about Shigella, and the common symptoms
Ooh,
include
Shigella.
bad stomach pains, diarrhea.
That's a
All
bad
the
one.
officials here say 6 patients have been hospitalized so far, while the St. Clair County Health Department investigates the cause. Customers of the Longhorn Steakhouse in Fairview Heights were disappointed to hear the popular restaurant was closed Wednesday. The St. Clair County Health Department reports 14 cases of Shigella, with 12 of them involving customers of the restaurant.
Jeez.
The St. Clair County Health Department investigating a cluster of stomach illnesses. Some cases.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're talking about these food industries. These people are not only they're high risk. A lot of them are high risk if they're elderly, if they're young, if they have autoimmune issues. So you have to make sure everything is cooked to perfection. And also when you talk about allergies and mixing different foods, there's so many different things that you got to look out for when you're going to be prepping, cooking, or serving food for people. Let's go on to this one.
So let me just reset here. This is a nightmare. I've had norovirus before. Like, how quickly can something...
Neurovirus is another one that's real nasty too. And that's all about fecal matter and people really being uncleanly.
like this spread?
Gotti, good evening. I prescribed a glass of water for you. We should, something about norovirus is exactly that. It spreads quickly. Unfortunately, cruise ships, we often hear about the cruise ship nightmare, where norovirus is in one of, say, in the buffet or in the raw salad, and it spreads quickly. And part of the reason is it sticks onto our hands, it sticks onto food, and it's hard to kill. And so that's why we're seeing this in oysters. It's not surprising. It can happen from time to time. The fact that it's spreading, especially from these distributors, is frankly unsurprising.
Yeah, and of course, there's your common symptoms of different food sicknesses. I mean, it's always going to be diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, stomach pain, fever, headache, body aches, and there's other stuff that you can display too. But this stuff is just, if you're not going to be cleanly and you're not going to hold yourself to a certain standard, then you just should not work in the food industry. It's just absolutely imperative that you follow through with every single procedure because people's lives could be on the line.
Is linking a possible E. coli outbreak to a restaurant in Litchfield Park. ABC 15's Mary Ellen Sanders is live tonight near Dysart and Camelback. And Mary Ellen, have they tied this to any specific foods that people may have eaten?
Steve, no particular food items yet that they can single out, but we can tell you that the Environmental Services was out here at the Federico's restaurant in
E. coli, that's another nasty one too. Nasty.
Litchfield on Thursday to take some food samples. Now, those samples, we're told, are now in the state health department's labs being tested to see whether or not the E. coli is actually isolated to this restaurant. It's possible there could be more restaurants.
Anybody out there who's trying to tough it out at home with bad cramping and bloody diarrhea.
So what they go on to do is he tells these people that may still be at home trying to tough this out to go ahead and go to a doctor to get checked out. So yeah, here's the type of different food poisonings. I mean, obviously, if you got Listeria, Salmonella, E. coli, Shigella, there's just and those are just to name a few. There's a ton of these, and if you're not good with your preparation or your cooking or your serving technique, you're going to get somebody sick. And here's some more. Another one that you really, really want to worry about is botulism. That's one that you could have some big issues with, which is right there. Having any damaged cans where any sort of bacteria or anything gets in there, and then it just builds, and then it's terrible. But Shigella, that's another one that's so preventable just by washing your hands. Almost all of these are preventable just by keeping your cleanliness up. And people's lives are on the line. It's crazy. And then here's some more. And it's going to go 1 through 7 right there. And when you guys are going out, people that aren't getting trained right, all this stuff, you could get lucky and your body could end up being able to fight it and get rid of it. But some people just aren't, and this could actually take them out. So you just got to be careful where you eat and where you go, because you never know who's actually observing these guidelines. But I wanted to get that, just let you guys see that, because it's gross and it's very important. Everybody needs to be careful with that. So now we're going to get on to my favorite part of the show, which is the Most High. So today I wanted to talk about God's perfect timing. Everybody seems to sit here and they have time, so they think, well, God, when's my time? Lord, when is it going to be my time for me to shine? And God's timing, it's never early, it's never late, it's always right on time. It might feel late, but it's never late. I got some scripture here I want to go down through. I got a quote from my favorite Billy Graham, and then we'll get to it. So, we're going to start with Isaiah 60:22. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Ecclesiastes 3:11. God makes everything happen at the right time. Psalm 27:14. God's timing is always perfect. His ways are not our ways, but he will never abandon his children. Go on to this quote from the great Billy Graham, which ties into all this. God's path always delivers what he promises. And God is always going to be with us, no matter how our day goes or how distant we think God is always closer than your beating heart and closer than your next breath. God will be with you in your hardest times. God will be with you in your easiest times, in your longest roads and your shortest routes. God is available to be with you every moment. Just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they were in the flames, and they looked in, and there was only 3, but then he saw a 4th man, and the 4th man was of the Son of God. God will always be with you, so long as you bring God into your moment. Always remember, every day, you got to pray. You got to bring God into your moment, and you got to keep God's word true. Guys, I love you. I want you to like and subscribe down there. Post a comment. Share this video. Get the word out. I love you guys. We'll see you on the next one.